Hi everybody, it's Dawna. I'm here at Cooking Hye. I am Hye, which means Armenian. And we today are going to make Khadaif with cheese. I've never had this dish. I've had regular Khadaif, which is like a sweet, it's kind of in the baklava family where it's, they're like little stubby guitars and guitars? I did that last time. I said the wrong word. Cigars. And they have nuts in them, and it's like, looks like kind of like shredded wheat. Anyway, off topic. Today we're making it different than that. We're making it in a pan, and it's got cheese, like a kind of a mild cheesiness, and then it has the syrup on top with a little rose water in it, a little lemon. It sounds amazing, so we'll see how it goes. To start, I have a big giant bowl, and I have, this is Khadifi, I guess, for Khadaif. I have no idea when I open this what it's going to look like, how much it's going to be, how big it's going to get once I separate it. It feels heavy. It comes like this, and it looks like this. Wow, I have a feeling this is going to get big, but who knows? Wow, okay, so this is my dough, and oh my gosh, so as in preparation for this, what I did is, I went through my Armenian cookbooks, I looked at some other stuff, and I have discovered that as many people make this dish, that's how many ways to make it. And to try to figure out what was right, what was authentic, I don't know, because even in the Armenian cookbooks, they're different. So anyway, I saw the suggestion of maybe just cutting this in half, just so the strands aren't so long. It's not the same as spaghetti, where that's a sin, because, you know, that's not how we roll as Armenians. Anyway, we've got this. Oh, is it attached? I don't think it's attached on the other side. Oh my gosh. I might need a bigger bowl, and I don't think I have one. So here's the deal. What we're gonna do is put this in here. There's all this extra gift with purchase, and then just shred it. And I don't know, this may take a long time. This would be fun if you have kids. Let them do this. Another thing, if you've never worked with phyllo dough, it dries out really, really quick. I guess, like if you were making other things with phyllo dough where it was the sheets, it actually probably would be more of an issue. But this, because you don't have to worry about cracking it and breaking it, you're kind of doing that anyway. But I still wouldn't take it out of the plastic until you're ready to use it, because it does get really dry. Oh my gosh, this could take hours, and I could have like a bathtub full of this stuff. So I have shredded this all, and it was so much fun. I do have enough, and the reason you want to kind of pull it apart really well is because we are gonna drench it and bathe it in butter. So I melted 1 cube of butter, and I am just gonna pour it over and kind of try to drizzle it all around. And then we're just gonna get in there and get messy with it and try to coat every single piece, because that is what it makes it really crunchy and crispy and light and delicious. And I think if it didn't get, wow, I kind of feel like I want more butter. It literally just disappeared. Normally when you'd have something like this, you would assume that the butter would just trickle down to the bottom, but no, it literally just sucked up like a sponge. I'm finding some clumps and I'm trying to deal with those. Oh, it smells so good already. So now that I know, because I didn't know, how much it ended up being, which is a ton, you do half and half. So I don't know. Should it be thin, or I guess if you like it thicker, you do it in a smaller. You know, I'm gonna try it in the big one, and if it looks too skinny, then I am going to oh no, this is absolutely right. So there we go. Yeah, I really had no idea about this. And then, yeah, that looks about right. Okay, and then I'm gonna set this aside while I take these out. Oh my gosh, my hands are so slippery. Kind of smush this in here and kind of even it out, and then what you do is take a glass, don't drop it, and then that doesn't do anything. They say smush it down, but it doesn't. Okay, reminder, I'm learning how to cook Armenian food. You know, if I fail, you're here along for the ride. This doesn't seem like it's doing anything. And that, but in every recipe I saw, oh, I forgot a step, but that's all right. They say you don't have to do it anyway, but I'll tell you about it once I'm done smushing. I guess so you don't let the cheesy goodness squish through. Okay, got it. It didn't do much. So for the next step, we're going to do the cheese filling. Again, when I was doing research on this, I saw so many different ways to do it. I mostly heard of it's just like 12 ounces of, or you know, again, everyone's varied, ricotta and fresh mozzarella. And you just mix it up with a little bit of nutmeg, and that's your filling. But, and I think this may be like, I don't know if it's like in Lebanon, or I think, you know, or I know in Iran, I think they do it. I think there's a number of other countries that make this or a similar dish, and they use like milk and cream and vanilla powder. Maybe they don't use vanilla extract. That's like instead of vanilla. And then some put different spices. Some mix it with pistachio nuts. You know, it's endless, the number of different variations of this. So I'm going this, oh gosh, yeah, I'm going to go this way, but then I'm going to tell you about the sad story that goes with this recipe. Because I really, oh, my hands are still greasy. I really wanted to go with this one version because it sounded great, and it took a little more skill, and I learned a new technique. And how much is this? 15? Okay. Oh, I forgot a spoon. Because I love it. Woo! So, oh, it said, what did I say, 12 ounces, this is 15, so I'm just going for it. I don't know. You know, I really don't think this needs to be perfect. I'm just going to guesstimate there because, you know, it's not anything that's like baking real. Well, it is baking, but it's not, because you're not dealing with dough and all that stuff where the calculations have to be precise. Open here. And then I'm going to grate this mozzarella. Just this is 8 ounces, so I'll just do half of this, grate half of this, and then smush it together with the nutmeg, and that'll be our filling. So I've got my box grater, which I never use, and I'm just going to grate about half of this. I have that fear that I'm sure many people have, that you're just going to take your knuckles along for the ride, and it's so soft it doesn't really want to grate. I probably could have just chopped it up because it's going to melt anyway. This is a learning show. We are changing gears. That, no bueno. Okay, so this way too, it just didn't work on the box grater. So, you know, if you want to do it on the box grater, good for you. That was mean. Okay. Yeah, it's not like in my last recipe, Monty, where we were grating onion, and we ended up, instead of chopping it, we grated it, and the reason we grated it was because it was, it just was finer, and we were making a teeny tiny little meatball, and then a little pinch of nutmeg. I hope that's not too much because nutmeg can be strong. I think just chopping it up kind of fine is fine because it's going to melt. I don't think this is that big of a deal. So I just put a little nutmeg in there, and that doesn't work. Okay, so this looks pretty good, and then I think all we do is just put this on the phyllo and just spread it around. Hopefully it's soft enough to spread and not ruin your little bed of phyllo. Okay, that looks good. So that's what we ended up with. Okay, we're going to bring our phyllo dough back. This is really actually, if you think about it, super, super easy recipe. I mean, anyone can do this. I'm saying as I have no idea what I'm doing. The words of authority. I did see one picture of this, and it looked, at the end, it looked so gooey and stringy cheese. So, I was going to tell you guys about what a lot of the recipes called for, and I thought it was really interesting, is they added like a little bit of orange food coloring on the bottom. So when they flip it out, it has this really golden, pretty golden color. I would think the phyllo would just golden up anyway with all that butter in it, and you're in the oven, you would think it would have this lovely brownish crust that you can kind of crack through, but apparently not, and we will find out. So I'm just spreading this around as best I can. I kind of don't want to go all the way to the end because I don't want all the cheese to spill. Okay, so that's easy enough. It took a lot longer because I couldn't keep my mouth shut. I had to just keep spouting off. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of spread around. This is so cool. I totally could see someone with young kids doing this because any age could do this, really. Even the littles can come and help, and then they'll feel so proud of their accomplishment that they helped mommy or daddy make this beautiful dessert. So done with that, and then we're just kind of get everything in, and then we're going to pat it down just like the first layer and kind of pat it down, I guess, make it kind of even so it doesn't burn, I guess, or whatever. Okay, so I'm just patting it down here with the bottom of a glass. Yeah, I mean, it kind of compacts it a little bit, but not a ton. And I would think that you would want it kind of a little fluffy to start out with, because then you get that separation and that, you know, so it's all crunchy and, you know, gets really crunchy and crunchy. Okay, so now this is what we have. Doesn't look particularly exciting, but we are going to put it in the oven, and then we are going to make our topping. I like toppings, and I know you do too. So here we go. It's gonna go in, oh my gosh, I forgot to preheat the oven. Our next step is, well, you know, you could do this, the other step next, but our next step that I'm going to do is just chop up some pistachios, unsalted, not easy to find. I went to Whole Foods, which I figured they would probably have them, and they did. Unfortunately, they have their little shells on them. So my special family here was kind enough to shell a bunch of these little guys because they were the only unsalted ones. So none of the recipes say how much to do. This is really just like you sprinkle it on top, and depending how you cut it, depending how you want to decorate it, is how much you need. I have no idea. So I'm just going to chop these up, pull some. Ooh. So I've got them all pulsed. I think there's a couple of bigger chunks, but not too bad. What am I doing wrong here? What, I'd probably say maybe a half a cup of pistachios. Oh, I guess, oh, I might need this little guy. For a topping, and as I said, what I've seen is just, you know, how whatever shape pan you're using, you can make a decoration around that. Or if you're making like individual pieces, you can put a little dot on top. So that is for the very topping. We also have a syrup, just like when you're doing baklava. It's like a kind of like a simple syrup, and this too I saw a million different ways. Some people did really seem super sweet with the water to sugar ratio seemed really crazy, and then adding honey. Some people add honey, some people don't. We're ready to go. Put this in the oven. It is finally ready. It's actually a 365 oven for 20 to 30 minutes. So I'm going to start at 20 and take a peek and see where we are. I think I'll turn it halfway. Turn it halfway so it just gets evenly browned. So the next thing we're going to do is our syrup, which you pour over when it comes out of the oven. So let's make that next. We're ready to make our simple syrup. So we're doing 50-50 water, sugar. I have 2 cups of sugar in this cute little bowl, and I have 2 cups of water right here. I thought I already put it in the pan. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those both, mix them. Once they kind of start boiling, I guess. I don't know if it's supposed to boil or not, but dissolve maybe. Just let it go for about 10 minutes and really kind of dissolve all that sugar into the water. Then we're going to flavor it with just a tiny bit of lemon and a tiny bit of rose water. A little goes a long way, so I put some in a dropper. I am going to put on the wrong burner and, oh come on, there we go. Maybe I guess on medium-high. I don't know. And just pour in the sugar. Pour in the water, and then I'm going to wait till it dissolves, just kind of flavor it. Let me grab a little dude here and just stir it. So I'm going to do this for about, just come and stir it every so often for about 10 minutes till it dissolves. I don't actually think I want it that high. I think I'm going to do it because I don't think you necessarily need it to boil. I should probably look that up, but oh well. And then, we'll see how it goes. I think if you start to boil it, it might turn into, I don't know what. Oh, actually it's supposed to be a syrup, so never mind. What I'm doing right here is, how it says that, some people brush a little bit of orange food coloring on their, ooh, that needs some more yellow. on the bottom and then flip it out if they do a small one. Well, I didn't do that. And I thought, well, gosh, maybe I could just do a little on top and it mid-bake. How crazy is that? Maybe we're coming up with a whole new thing. Let me find a little brush and then we'll open up the oven, pull it out, and just do a little dab and see what happens. This is total experiment time. It's getting there. It's actually getting close. But as I said, you know, it does look kind of bland and oh, what was I thinking? Holy cow, that hurt. Oh, getting cocky there. So I'm gonna maybe try half of it and see. Again, this is, what do they call, wild and, oh, that looks ridiculous. No, this is a bad idea. Oh, no, that doesn't work at all. You really, I'm thinking take the color, mix it with the butter, and then no, don't do that. Okay? Canceled. So we've let this boil for about 10 minutes. It's kind of gotten a little thicker, which is nice. You don't want it super thick, but you don't want it super thin. But I'm just going to squeeze just a tiny bit because I don't know. Remember that little technique I taught you last time? Where you squeeze it through your fingers so the seeds don't go in. So I'm going to put of our rose water, maybe 4 drops. I have seen up to a teaspoon. I probably will end up going more because 4 is nothing. So I do smell the rose though right away. So maybe that is okay. You know, maybe it's okay because I don't want to overpower people that don't like really floral flavors. After our little bloodbath on the on my attempt to make it golden, we put it back in, or I put it back in because it looked very blonde. Now I know it's not supposed to get brown, but I'm not really sure. I'm thinking it should be crispy, crunchy, just like when you use the phyllo dough sheets. So I'm afraid because there's so much dough so packed like that, that it would get kind of like the top might get crunchy, but the inside would be just chewy, and that doesn't sound nice. So I'm leaving it in a little longer till it looks right to me, because I don't know. And again, we'll learn together. Oh, and in case I didn't say, which I may have said, my first video, the Monty, overworked the dough. Oh, it was, I mean, the flavor was fantastic, don't get me wrong, but I just way overworked the dough. And it was real crunchy. I made it again last night for the second time, and so much better. I barely worked the dough. I just used the KitchenAid with a hook until it was kind of jaggedy, but it held together. Then I got it out and I kneaded it, and that was so much better. And that was a tip from my friend Zen, so thank you. It was so much better, and it was delicious again. I left it in a little longer than I... Oh God, it's really bad. I left it in longer because it just wasn't getting, I thought it should have a little brownness. So this is so beautiful here with the beautiful red stain on it. Wow, that's bad. That's just horrible. Okay, this smells yummy and buttery. I'm still not 100% sure because when I'm smelling this again, the syrup, it kind of lost what fragrance it had. It had just a very light rose scent to it. And I said, oh, that seems nice and not too offensive. But now I smell it. It's still really hot, and I'm scared to taste it so I don't solder my mouth shut. But I think I'm going to put some more rose. I don't know about the lemon, so let me put a little more rose. I'll taste it, try to taste it, not burn myself, and then we'll go from there. So I put 4. I'm going to put in Another 4 in. Okay, let's. Okay, I'm gonna taste it because I can't tell at all. I'm just don't want to burn myself. Okay. Whoa, that's sweet. Wow. I don't know. Is that right? Could that be right? It seems really sweet. I barely taste the rose. I don't taste the lemon. I think I might want to dilute it a little bit, but I'm a little scared to dilute it because it does. I mean, you know what? Not going to dilute it. I'm just going to put less. So then it'll have just a nice sweetness and not sugar bomb. So I'm going to put a little more rose. I'm going to probably put another 4 drops, and then another little squeeze a couple drops of the lemon. Ooh, and stir it around, and then we'll give that a whirl. Okay. Better. Oh, so sweet. The next step, but it should be pretty easy. Just gonna set that there on the counter. Is just pour, just drizzle. You know, I wanted to kind of get everywhere. You know how baklava is, and it's kind of soaked in it. Yeah, see, I still have a ton left, and I don't think I want to go the whole route here. The last thing I'm going to do is I am going to decorate this with my, oh, that smells good, chopped pistachios, unsalted. And you can do whatever you want. Some people like to just do a little portion, boop, 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 you know, in rows. You could just get completely creative. You could cover the whole thing. I'm just going to I love pistachios. I'm gonna, I don't know. Let's try a couple different things. We'll do some plops, I guess. That's what, or I could use this. Plop. We'll do one row of plops. There's my row of plops. I think it needs more. And there. So there's a row of plops. Let's do a stripe. Did I do this? Let's see. Don't want to get too cocky thinking I know what I'm doing here. Wouldn't that be awesome if like we cut and came back and it was like a perfect rendition of the Mona Lisa? Wouldn't that be awesome? Okay, and then I'm just going to do rando sprinkles. Ooh, I think I like that because then it's like crunch in every bite. Okay, so I'm just polishing off the last. It's basically all covered, whatever. Forget that other thing. I tried it and I didn't like it. I like this. Okay, so I would say we used about maybe half the syrup. I think what would probably be a nice option is to just put a little bit of syrup, so it's got a nice, you know, coating, I guess, and then have maybe a little container on the side, a little spout thing, and then if they want to put it, if they like it a little sweeter, they can pour a little more over. So I am going to try this now. I'm going to cut a piece and we're going to see what it tastes like. It does look crunchy. I'm glad I kept it in. I'm just going to go on the side that I did the plops that I didn't. Ooh, wow. Okay, this is, you know, I think, and I don't know, but we'll find out. And I think next time I make this, if it tastes any good, is I will add more butter, which seems crazy, but maybe make the crunch it a little more or cut it a little more smaller pieces, because I think it will pack better, because this is not packed at all. I have a feeling this is just going to completely fall apart when I try to transfer it onto a plate. But as I said in my first episode, I am learning. There are no guarantees that anything is going to turn out. Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever. I'm just going to go to town here and try to figure out how to get this out. Okie dokie. Oh wow, it's really blonde in the middle. I don't know. Let me see. Like the bottom, it's a little. No, I'm gonna say this I might get an F on this. I don't know. If it tastes good, then maybe I'll get a better grade. But so far, I'm saying it's not brown on the bottom. That is upsetting because I wanted it all to be crunchy like this. Maybe this is how it's supposed to be. I don't know. Because I've never had it, but this just seems wrong. If you can see, see how this is nice and golden up here, and then you've got that yummy cheesy layer. Down on the bottom, it doesn't even look cooked. That's not good. Oh well, I'll give it a try anyway. Okay. Oh, I might need a knife. Let me get a knife. No dessert should ever require a steak knife. But I'm going to use it anyway because it's soft. It's too soft on the bottom. It should be all crunchy and good. I think I'm going to put at the end of my episode either like a little green check mark or like failure, you know, sideways. And I think this might be failure. I want some of the pistachio. I'm going to go a little deeper in. And I'm going to get some of the pistachios and get a little more kind of a combination of the crunchy because there was no crunchy in that bite. Okay, here goes. Wish me luck. Get that cheese. The jury is out. I had such high hopes for this. Now granted, I didn't put all the syrup. I wouldn't want any more syrup. I don't know. It might be better with like cooking longer and getting browner and crunchy. I am not going to say that this dessert is a failure because I know so many people that they just think it's heavenly. And it does look amazing. I think I failed this, and I'm going to give myself probably a D-. I won't give myself an F because A for effort, which kind of negates the full F down to a D, straight D. But I mean, it's not bad. It's not disgusting or anything. It's okay. I've been outvoted and by 3 people who I trust to give me the truth because we're family and that's what we do. We don't mess around. So they all liked it. Definitely right on with the sweetness. Had I used what I used, like maybe a third of what I made, any more it would have been too sweet. So what they're saying about it is they really like the cheese. It's nice. It's not too sweet. It just maybe put more flavor in it. So maybe some more rose water, maybe some more lemon. I think it might be nice, really bright with maybe, you know, quite a bit more lemon. And I just don't know how to get the bottom brown. So, you know, if anybody has any ideas, shoot them my way. But overall, with other opinions other than my own, I will put it as a straight C. So that is our dish for today. And like, subscribe, share, because this is fun and I want to keep doing it. And it's fun to see people learn something new. Okay, till next time, I have no idea, but I think I'm going to make something savory next time. And I can't wait. See you later.